If you've been keeping up with Jujutsu Kaisen, you know there is one arc that stands out above the rest as the most jaw-dropping, heartbreaking, and adrenaline-pumping moment of the series, the Shibuya Incident arc. And today we're diving deep into why this arc is not only a game changer for the series, but also one of the most intense anime moments ever. Whether you're Team Gojo or Team Sukuna, there is no denying that the Shibuya Incident set a whole new standard for action-packed anime. The epic battles, devastating losses, insane plot twists, and even the character growths. So buckle up and let's break down why the Shibuya Incident deserves a place at the top of the anime world. But before we get into the chaos, what happens when the strongest sorcerer in the world, Gojo Satoru, is taken off the board? Stick with me because you won't want to miss a single moment of this insane arc. Shibuya, one of Tokyo's busiest districts, is about to become the battleground for one of the most insane fights between curses and sorcerers in the entire Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Here, the cursed spirits led by the manipulative and sinister Geto are quietly setting their plans into motion, while the sorcerers, including Gojo, are aware that something is cooking, but they have no idea how disastrous it's going to get. It's the perfect opening, the calm before the storm, but let's just say the storm is about to hit hard. The revelation of Kokichi Muta's betrayal, the genius behind Mekamaru and a mole within Jujutsu High. Kokichi strikes a deal with the enemy, which ultimately sets the stage for Heartbreak. He dreams of walking alongside his friends and living a normal life, resting on the fragile thread of trust with Mahito and Geto. However, in the world of curses and sorcerers, trust is a fragile, often illusory concept. Kokichi's showdown with Mahito is a masterclass in strategy and resilience. Using Mekamaru mode to battle the special grade curse gives him a fighting chance against Mahito's overwhelming power. The fight is a testament to Kokichi's willpower, intelligence, and ultimate desire to protect those he holds dear. But as the battle reaches its climax, the truth of this world's harshness strikes like a thunderbolt. Kokichi's dreams crumble when Mahito uses deception to deliver the fatal blow. His death is a haunting reminder of the sacrifices made in the pursuit of a better world. The gates open and traps set. On October 31st at exactly 7 p.m, the streets of Shibuya were swallowed by a mysterious curtain. Civilians are trapped inside, creating a hostage crisis that brings together Jujutsu sorcerers in an unprecedented battle. Gojo's confrontation with Jogo, Hanami, and Kozo sets the tone for a relentless battle. The villain's strategy overwhelmed Gojo with the presence of civilians, forcing him to divide his attention between saving lives and fighting. When Gojo removes his blindfold, the arc delivers one of its most jaw-dropping moments as he promises to destroy Hanami first, crushing the plant curse in a breathtaking display, proving why he's the strongest. But what makes this setup by the villain so dangerous? No one, including Gojo, can predict how it will go down. The stakes have never been higher. We're in full Shibuya arc mode now, and things are about to get real ugly. Now think about this, what happens when the strongest is about to be taken out of the equation? Does he stand and fight or flee? Well, Gojo makes a decision, and it might be the boldest gamble in Jujutsu Kaisen history. Satoru Gojo makes a decision that changes everything. With Shibuya in the grip of cursed spirits, Gojo enters the battle knowing full well that this could be a one-way ticket to disaster. But that's the kind of character Gojo is. He takes risks to protect those he loves. His all-or-nothing gamble? Enter Shibuya, face the enemy, and try to eliminate them before they can complete their scheme. What he doesn't anticipate is that the prison realm is an ace up the cursed spirit's sleeve. Gojo is ultimately sealed away, making this one of the most unexpected, heartbreaking moments of the arc. The one person who could have stopped this disaster is now out of commission. This moment is not just a loss, it's a paradigm shift. The balance of power tips dramatically in favor of the curses. While Gojo is sealed away, it's time for the next generation of sorcerers to step up. Yuji's entry into the chaos is marked by conflict on all fronts, as he fights mutated enemies and confronts the enraged Kozo. The duel in the station, climaxing in the bathroom brawl, is a stunning showcase of Yuji's ingenuity and endurance. Kozo's blood manipulation is a terrifying ability, yet Yuji's quick thinking gives him a fighting chance. Even when Yuji is overpowered, the battle leaves its mark on Kozo. The sudden appearance of strange memories in Kozo's mind adds layers to their encounter. Elsewhere, Mei faces the horrifying smallpox deity in a chilling battle of wits. Trapped in its domain, Mei's ingenuity and reliance on Wei's simple domain turns the tide, exorcising the smallpox deity. While Yuji and Mei fight their battles, Nanami, Maki, and Naobito confront Dagon, an evolved curse driven by vengeance. Although the trio's tactics briefly overwhelm Dagon, his transformation turns the tide. Trapped in Dagon's domain, the sorcerers are pushed to their breaking point, but Megumi Fushigoro's arrival and quick thinking disrupts the domain, creating an opening for Toji to exorcise Dagon, delivering one of the arc's most remarkable moments. The cursed spirits are everywhere. Jogo, Mahito, and other powerful curses are wreaking havoc, causing death and destruction in their wake. The sorcerers are doing their best to hold the line, but without Gojo's power to back them up, the balance of power has completely shifted. Panda and Kusakabe are on the front lines, trying to protect civilians and neutralize curses. But as the battles escalate, they are faced with a terrifying realization. This might be the end of everything they have fought for. The sorcerers are pushed to their limits, but it's clear that the cursed spirits are not backing down. There is something deeply personal happening in the background. Betrayals, losses, and revelations about who the real enemy is. And speaking of enemies, it's time to talk about Sukuna. One of the arc's defining moments is Sukuna's emergence. Yuji being force-fed Sukuna's fingers is a nightmare scenario turned into reality. His awakening not only showcases his immense power but also highlights the terrifying implications of Yuji's role as his vessel. All bets are off. Sukuna, the king of curses, is unleashed, and he is here to destroy anything and everything in his path. His interactions with Jogo, Nanako, and Mimiko reveal his ruthless nature. The visual spectacle and the haunting silence as Sukuna demands reverence send chills down the spine. His fight with Jogo is nothing short of brutal, as Sukuna completely overpowers Jogo at every turn. But what's truly terrifying is that Sukuna does not even break a sweat. This is not just a fight, it's a massacre. And what's worse, Sukuna is only getting started. His battle with Mahoraga is a demonstration of overwhelming power and tactical brilliance, showcasing his malevolent shrine domain expansion, a devastating technique that obliterates everything within its radius. As Sukuna begins to unleash his full power, we realize that the Shibuya Incident is not just a battle for survival, it's a battle for the soul of humanity. Throughout the series, we've seen Megumi struggle with his identity and power, but in the Shibuya Incident arc, we see him face his greatest challenge yet. Megumi is forced to fight alone against overwhelming odds using his 10 Shadows technique and summoning his Shikigami. But things take a dramatic turn when he faces Toji Fushigoro, his father. Toji's strength is on another level. He's a terrifying force to be reckoned with, and the battle between him and Megumi is as emotional as it is brutal. As he struggles against Toji, we see him grow and push his powers to new heights. The psychological and emotional tension of their battle leads to Toji regaining his memories and taking his own life to spare Megumi. It's not just the battles that make the Shibuya arc so intense. The emotional toll on our heroes is just as powerful. The sorcerers make a desperate attempt to turn the tide of the battle, but it's clear that they are outmatched. With Gojo sealed and the cursed spirits running rampant, the sorcerers must push themselves beyond their limits. Megumi, Yuji, and the others are forced to face their fears, and their true strength begins to emerge. But as they face down the curses, we are reminded of the human cost of this conflict. Nanami's final moments are one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the arc. Despite being severely injured, he continues fighting, driven by a sense of duty toward Maki, Nobito, and Megumi. When Mahito appears, the weight of his exhaustion and despair becomes noticeable. Nanami's brief vision of Haibara and his final words to Yuji, "I'll leave it all to you," highlight his unwavering faith in the next generation. His death at Mahito's hands is not just tragic, it's a rallying cry for Yuji and a devastating loss. While Yuji fights for revenge, another battle unfolds that will devastate the audience even further. Nobara's fight with Mahito. Her fearless attitude and ingenuity allow her to stand toe-to-toe with Mahito, using her resonance technique to land meaningful blows. But Mahito's dual body strategy turns the tide, and his main body lands a decisive idol transfiguration onto Nobara. It's a crushing moment for Yuji, and her life hangs in the balance. The emotional fallout is huge, as Yuji blames himself for yet another loss. In the chaos of Shibuya, every moment carries the weight of sacrifice. This is undoubtedly peak fiction. And if you haven't witnessed this masterpiece yet, what are you waiting for? This is the kind of legendary arc that comes once in a generation. And trust me, you don't want to miss out on the most intense moments anime has ever delivered. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and catch you in the next one.